We're going to kick things off with a panel of leading tech experts who will explore how AI is transforming the future of trading and portfolio intelligence in APAC. So let's give a warm welcome to one of our IFX Expo's favorite moderators, Parv, market strategist at First Degree Global Asset Management, who will be joined by an exceptional group of industry leaders to dive into the topic beyond the crystal ball. Can AI see what humans cannot? Kaia, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Candy. You're very, very sweet. And thank you, IFX, for having us. Great event, as always. It's been 4 years coming to IFX, but this year feels like it's my first one. And it's because I have to reintroduce myself to many people. I used to wear glasses. I don't anymore. So it seems that people are very anchored on specific details. So those that haven't met me before, hi, I'm Kaia. And today is also a historical panel because it so happens there are two people from Estonia on the stage. We are a country of 1.3 million people. So I think it's the most dense Estonian concentration. And there's another Estonian that you may have met when you registered, Kaia-Reet, who was the lovely blonde girl. So Estonia, okay, thank you. Sorry for the long intro. So we're going to talk about the panelists now. Give us a brief intro about yourself. What do you do? And how did you come to IFX?
Good morning. I'm Eddie Chun. My background is AI. I'm a professor at one of the local universities, the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. Believe it or not, I've been working in AI for 40 years. I was working in AI before it was trendy. So over the years, I've been building more actually traditional AI. So over the years, I've been helping a lot of large organizations, airports, hospitals, government agencies in Hong Kong, build AI systems, mainly for optimization, scheduling, things like that. And actually recently, focus more on generative AI and agentic AI. So looking forward to our discussion.
Thank you. Alex?
Yeah, nice to have you guys, and good morning to everyone. So I'm Alex. I work as a regional commercial director for IOX, which is a broker that is global and expanding at the moment. My background is that I'm an entrepreneur. I've been a startup founder and expanding on the trend. I have less experience than you, Charlie, but I would say that AI and agentic AI has allowed us to gain value and then make profits and be good at sales in general. So my lens is really through commercial development thanks to AI.
Thank you. Laura?
Hi, my name is Liisa. I'm a chief growth officer in macro global markets. Have been in the industry plus minus 6-7 years. Yeah, as a growth officer, there's always technology is one of the key things that we're looking at, and it goes through marketing, through trading, and so excited to be in this panel. Thanks, Kaia.
Thank you. Afshin?
Yeah, Afshin here. I'm CMO of ZFX from Zeal Group, with a mixed background of IT and marketing. Actually, I was quite stressed when I realized Andy has been in AI for the past 40 years. I'm not sure how I'm going to actually talk about topics right now. I thought AI is around for 6-7 years. The best machine learning for the past 20 years. And now Andy is talking about connecting nodes for AI. Okay, let's see how it goes.
Fantastic. Thank you. Charlie?
Okay, so I'm Charlie. So I hope my background doesn't seem a bit weird in this really experienced panel in this field. So I'm the solutions architect from AWS Hong Kong, which has been supporting the team and client here. So my background, as the name can be indicating, I'm mostly focusing on the technical side. So why I'm here is because most of the customer I'm supporting will be in this field, in the capital market field and in this industry. So I hope today I can bring up a little bit techie stuff here. Hope I can contribute a little bit on this crowd and hope you bring up insight to the crowd as well. Thank you.
Thank you. So very diverse panel, as you can see. We have a commercial side, we have the academics, we have the technical side. So I expect a lot of questions from the audience. Whenever you have a question, please raise up your hand. If you don't, I'm going to volunteer 3 of you. So everybody has to come up with a question by the end of it. But just to set a little bit the sort of playing field, where is AI going, right? So we see roughly about 30% compounded annual growth rate between 2025 and 2030, and the spend on AI in finance is roughly about 190 billion in 5 years. So maybe we can have a show of hands in the audience. Who thinks that spend and that focus on AI is going to make markets more stable? So more stable, raise up your hands. Okay, 1 guy, 2, 3, a few. So I would assume the rest of you think that it's going to make markets more unstable, correct? Let's speak from the audience. Let's ask our panelists. How do you see, where's the trend going, given the spend and the focus that's going on AI?
Well, I would believe it's kind of unpredictable because we have generative AI, now we have agentic AI, and what agentic AI means is that AI is going to do things for you. So instead of just generating images, videos, content, it could actually perform actions, plan, it could revise its plan based on feedback, and it could also work with other agents. So imagine you have an agent who's going to trade on your behalf. That agent may work with other people's agents, other traders. Maybe they could group together. And then a lot of the AI right now are based from a few vendors. So what that means is potentially they may have the same thinking in terms of investment. And what might happen potentially will be you have a massive amount of people using agentic AI, buying and selling, making the same decision. So that could make the market fluctuate in a very unpredictable way.
That's such a great point. And actually, I'm going to expand the question. So the rest of the panel, do you see the trend that Andy has just emphasized? Is that going to be increasing? And if it does, then do we even need humans? Are we going to have humans on trading floors? What's the marginal benefit from using an AI? Speed of execution or pattern recognition?
Cool. I think AI will definitely be used more and more in the trading. And when we think about brokerage companies or any kind of trading financial markets, then there's no stopping it to be part of your business. Nowadays, your next client will be Gen Z, who is really interested in very smooth flows, all digital or simple, easy. So something that AI and all of these tools can actually create. So I don't think that there's any stopping on this. It will only expand.
Yeah, and and just to add at our level, so we are a broker. So talking to a lot of affiliates and IBs who are asking me, okay, what AI can bring as an added value right now to me? And an easy entry level point is AI generated signals. And it's amazing. It's good. You have great data. They can process vast data with limitless options and narratives. And it's really bringing value. But I think we have to define, and it's related to compliance a little bit, but who's accountable in case it doesn't work. So we have more and more of users who are using it and they're very happy. But of course we have the extremes which are sometimes failing. And then who's responsible? Who's accountable? Is it the I would say the architect of the solution, the one who sold it, or us as a broker for promoting it? So these are questions that today are not answered, and it's almost like legal and compliances topics. But I would say that as a broker today, it's amazing because we can provide to clients and partners AI generated signals that are an extremely easy entry point.
Perfect. Afshin?
Yeah, I wanted to add some statistics from marketing point of view. before 2020, the total number of domains around the globe with visitors actually that was working around AI was less than 5,000. In 2024, it was more than 100,000 websites registered and talking about AI or providing AI service. From 2024, end of 2024, by end of quarter 2 2025, this number increased to 500,000. Now, what is the quality of these AI solutions? How they are working? Are they working with the surface data? Are they working with actually deep learning? Because when we talk about AI, it's not ChatGPT. It's not just a simple question to ChatGPT, give me a signal for gold. Because if you ask that, then it's going to use maybe a few points and give you a signal. I've seen actually, my colleague here raised a point about IBs talking about signals. I've seen thousands of IBs talking about providing free signals or AI insights. But then what you see there is top level information. It's not really talking about why, it's more about what is there. And actually this noise of data, the fact that the quality of data that are flown to the industry is all the way from the high quality to the lowest quality is creating some sort of mystery in the market. It's going to fluctuate the market a lot. The signals that they are coming, the direction that they are coming are completely in different directions. And actually what our market likes most is the fluctuation. So I see more fluctuation coming to this market actually.
But also roughly about 60-70% of trading these days, not just FX, but generally is driven by algo. That percentage has not changed since, let's say, 8 years ago when I was on the trading floor of Bank of America Merrill Lynch. And I could see the trading room, well, basically decreasing in size and algos increasingly taking over whatever the humans left behind or the gap that humans left behind. So clearly we have a lot of money going into AI. We have a lot of use in trading. Let's talk a little bit about the black box risk that Afshin mentioned. So how do we balance the benefit that we get from AI in terms of efficiency, speed of execution, data processing, with the regulatory and the risk management side of it? And I'm going to start with Laura.
Cool. Yeah, in terms of, I would actually bring in as well the fact of business opportunities a little bit later related with the AI, but in terms of actually implementing the AI and having it recycling the data constantly, right? It will can create those dangerous loops. In terms of the transparency of where the data comes from, can we showcase it to the regulators? Are we able to explain it to our customers? Why is this happening? For example, I am using this trading bot or this trading algorithm, and I'm really happy about it because it makes my life easier. But then something happens, and I have no idea why it happened. And so I think it becomes the broker's responsibility quite a bit to be able to have people educated enough in their customer service teams to be able to actually elaborate more to their customers and explain what are they signing up for, so you would not create those danger zones for yourself as a broker and also this customer experience let's say bottleneck.
No, that makes sense. And I think when we, this particular context probably is a bit more on quantitative AI. Let's talk about regression type of analysis, right? Not so much on large language models.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Andy, what do you think? What's your view on this?
Well, I think for traditional AI, definitely data is most important. There's obviously, they're saying, garbage in, garbage out. So data, but having said that, I think the quality of the data makes a big difference. And sometimes it's hard to validate the quality and having adequate data source because you want to have a more comprehensive view of the world. So traditional AI, we rely mainly on numeric data, structured data. But what is happening is with generative AI, we can look at unstructured data. and we can look at more update data, live streams, news broadcasts, the documents, annual reports, whatnot. So it's providing a wider perspective from different points of view and maybe more up to date, because sometimes things that happen in real time doesn't reflect in your data stream, but it may reflect in your news channel stream. And I think with that happening, traditional plus the new generative AI, you get a more accurate prediction of what's going to happen.
Because using AI in trading and in, let's say, asset management is not new, right? Those that know, Ray Dalio has been running all-weather fund for the last, 40 years. The best performing hedge fund, it's all algo-driven, all rules-driven. So it's not like we have invented a wheel here with the last few years. Andy is a good proof of that, right?
Yes, it's been around for 70 years, AI, but trading, definitely decades.
Sure. Alex?
Another use case that my anti-money laundering and also KYC team has been using is quite, very efficient. And I like the kind of threat versus opportunity topic, but from the AML team, it's purely an opportunity because they've been able to protect us as a broker from violations and abusive cases, and we've been able to convert rates, threat rates to a very low level. And another thing is that we've been able to process and confirm traders' profile way faster. So it's an amazing opportunity when it comes to processing, again, vast data that is very, just for a human, very painful to pay attention to. So this is amazing opportunities. However, in terms of threat, whenever there is a glitch or whenever we have this little use case that we didn't see coming, then again, it's painful because it's devastating. But I see more opportunities as for a broker thanks to AI rather than threats in terms of dealing with regulations.
Okay. Do you want to add something, Afshin?
Sure. Actually, my view is quite different here. When we talk about compliance and regulatory, rather than us as a broker, ZFX and Zeal, providing AI tools, which we are doing actually to some extent, we are more focusing on supporting our clients and supporting our partners in evolving towards the same direction. I was talking actually to my friend here when we were talking about the issue and incident about AWS, but at the same time, the fact that AWS is helping us to fund our partners in a way that they can run their own models and they can run their own tools on their side without going through the high cost of AI. We are talking about AI, whether it's compliance or not, but at the same time, we should look at the point that, okay, how costly is AI? The fact that how much system requirement we have over there and what is the cost behind answering a single question or running a single data point, that's where companies like AWS are coming in and helping people around the globe to evolve and adapt to the new situation that we are facing. I'm sure regulators are going to face issues with companies when we are talking about AI, because at the end of the day, we are talking about new things around the globe, which can be pumped easily. I'm not sure if you guys have seen news around a stable coin or a new coin coming up that AI is supporting because there is a seeding strategy, marketing seeding strategy behind it, and it's completely pumping. At the same time, the same thing can happen to market, can happen to a specific instrument, maybe not to gold, but to smaller instruments, you can easily pump them. And
something that Donald Trump would do, yeah?
Yes, actually, he's doing it. It's not like would do. He is doing it, but okay, he has the power to do it, but it doesn't mean you need to be Donald Trump to do the same thing.
For sure.
A small company can do it. A small group in one country can do the same thing if they want to benefit from it and then attack the market. And that's a reality. It's happening. It's there.
And that's a great point. Laura, want to add something?
Yeah, I would like to add something in terms of like you mentioned here that you need to think through what is the purpose of using the AI. The same way as KYC, what you brought in, it's a very good kind of example of how we are using AI already, right? The KYC, AML, we get it all super streamlined and it's easy to do, but it becomes more and more important for the companies to understand why do they use AI for, right? And this is great example. KYC is a great example. We are solving some problem, right? And then everyone will understand that this is the reason why we use AI for. and it actually, because what I see a lot is AI is like a buzzword. We all want AI. We want to put it in our all of our departments run on AI, right? And then where's the human part of it? It still stays there anyways because it's a little bit too new to still put it to implement it everywhere widely, and it needs to be simplified in many ways and actually shown the business cases and how it's gonna bring the business forward rather than just implementing it into your trading or your business for the sake of it.
So one message that comes across, I would say, is that really garbage in, garbage out, like you put it very eloquently. So data does matter. And I'll share an example from one of my previous organizations. I used to work for a AI company called CreditLink.ai. We did embedded lending, and we built also predictive credit models. And we fed a bunch of data, obviously. I wish it was structured, Andy. It wasn't. It was a pain in the neck to get it structured. But it so happened that a couple of companies that defaulted on their loan happened to have women as their board of directors. Now, we can have a debate again. Are women properly represented in boards? But what the model started doing, it started adding higher interest rate, or it started increasing the probability of default for companies that had women on their boards. I would strongly disagree with that conclusion, but it just proved the point that you can't really rely on the output on its own. Like, you have to question what were the assumptions, what was the data, and once you have these weird anomalies, how do you fix it? How do you identify it? How do you ensure that AI itself doesn't become a reinforcing loop and just continue the same? Anyone wants to take, Afshin?
Have you seen what Grok answered to people when it was talking about, let's say, Hitler supporting the Hitler idea? I mean, this has happened last year. Again, I'm coming back to the point that the AI is as valuable as the information that you are feeding it and the person that is asking the question. Again, we have a lot of people talking about the fact that they are losing their job. They are going to lose their job because of AI. That's not true, actually. When AI is coming, AI is just a tool to help here right now. I mean, it's not even more than that right now. It might be in few years, but at this point, what we are facing with the general use, you know, the highest number of questions that is asked AI per person around the globe during the first 2 quarters, again, I'm going back to the report, is that how can I make money? I mean, every single person, I can bet that 80% of the population who are coming to this expo, they ask this question. How can I make money? I mean, that's how simple is the question. But then the reality here is that the answers are different because the amount of data that is fed to that specific AI tools or through that language or through that geolocation is different. So I don't see this actually going to be resolved. You talked about data mining and data prediction. Yes, we have run those kind of points also, but at the end of the day, AI is limited to the data that you are feeding it.
Alex?
And I think, I mean, yes, data is one thing. Another thing is education and also prompt engineering. I think it's going to take probably a generation or maybe less, hopefully less, but we need to teach it at school, like how to interact with such a powerful engine and tool. And today it's sometimes I feel that we give a rocket to a kid. And that's why we have dumb questions being asked, and sometimes interactions on Twitter with Grok are so stupid, right? So I think a way to leverage that and to use it as a proper tool to make a proper, better industry and is really prompt engineering. I think it's a simple way to solve it. But I want to ask you, Andy, what was the best use case you've seen in AI or just automation lately in this industry, in foreign exchange or just trading?
No, well, I think it's all about optimizing. How do you make the most money out of whatever you have? But And back to the question about AI being biased and different data sources, some might be accurate or not. I think the sad fact is AI learns from humans. Humans are biased, unfortunately. There was a study, I remember, I forgot which organization, which university, but they identify, it's very scientifically, humans have 180 types of biases. We make biased opinions all the time. So if AI tried to analyze all these data sources, these commentary, these analyst reports, they're all biased because they have their own interests and whatnot. How is this AI going to make sense of all this? It's difficult. It's going to be messy. But I think what AI scientists have been trying to do is come up with algorithms to unbias the data.
How do you do that?
We can, for example, when you do machine learning, don't put gender. But unfortunately, there's what we call proxy variables, where you can guess the gender by, for example, which school the person went to. You went to the
Or
woman's
what's
school.
their name? They can take the name as well, right?
And
like
then
if
the
it's
name and then location, you could guess the race and so forth. So it's not easy. I think one of the challenges that we're trying to ask AI to be much more ethical, unbiased, and fair than any human can ever be. So I think that's a challenge for AI.
But how can you do that?
But how can you do that when it's all based on humans? But I think you brought up a good point, Andy, that's to answer this question, can AI see the crystal ball thing, humans? Apparently AI can process a lot of more data, but you still need that human element in there. So yes, it can see what humans can't, but can he really with the biases that are built inside? So it's
We have about 6 minutes left, 6.5 minutes. Do we have any questions from the audience? Everybody had to come up with one question, remember? At least one hand, maybe somewhere. It's going to go up. Okay. No, it's not going to happen. I'm going to blame yesterday's party on the for the lack of questions. So we speak a little bit. I've spoken about AI adding value, whether it's maybe seeing patterns, maybe it's eliminating false positives in fraud detection, so on and so forth. But AI can really mess things up as well. So some of us were around in 2010. I wasn't. I was in university. But there was something called the flash crash. And that was predominantly algos going crazy, right? So causing, I think, 1 trillion market value just being wiped. How do we build mechanisms that stop those events? I know that there are like those drop triggers in most stock exchanges these days. If it drops more than X% within whatever hours, it gets stopped. But on a smaller market, let's say like FX or more specific for this audience, how do you control for that? And everybody gets 1 minute per answer. We have 5 minutes left.
Okay, maybe I'll start. I think it's going to get worse because AI has become more accessible. Anyone who could explain what you want, you get AI to do it. And then with agentic AI, it's going to magnify about thousands of fold because your AI can work with other people's AI. Your AI says so, and everyone else says follow. So I think it's there. Like I said, there could be triggers, there could be guardrails, and I think we do need to have that. But if you do have that, that means humans in the loop. And when you have high frequency trading and the opportunities there for only a second, it's kind of hard to have a human in the loop. So it's really a trade-off. You want safety, or you want profit. So yeah.
Okay, Alex.
I agree with Andy. No, honestly, I don't have an answer for that. So it's.
Andy has summarized it so well.
super well, but mic drop.
We can all go home.
But to add, maybe talking about those crashes and they all happen because of some anomalies, either in the markets or people doing stuff or saying stuff. So the more and more the algo trading we're having and algorithms and bots are operating the market, they might as well perhaps crash the market at one point and create this anomaly themselves, on their own as they're learning from our mistakes and our successes as well. They see that there's a maybe need, like Gen AI for sure sees a need, time for drop. Let's drop it. Everyone will be, wow. So gotta be careful, gotta be aware what we're doing with AI, I think, and just have business use cases for it as long as we can control it, and hopefully we would be creating a safe space and a as well innovative space for businesses to grow in this area. Yeah, Afshin.
My answer to this is having a human supervision for pivoting. I mean, otherwise, yes, it happened in 2010. Before COVID, it happens. During the Russia war, it happens. And I'm going back to the same answer, the first question, that AI can see what, but it might not be able to understand the contextual behind why this war is happening and what is the effect now, because it's the first time it's happening. It's not enough data to support what is going to happen. And that's the point that humans need to be there to pivot. I mean, yes, yesterday we had an agreement between Russia and between US and China for trade, and gold is going down. This is something, yes, AI can see and understand what's going to happen, because same thing happened 50 times in the past 10 years. But when there is a new war coming up, now there is not enough data to support what is going to happen. And that's where the algo trading, that's where AI trading, that's where AI signals are all going to go wrong. The same thing happened like 3 weeks ago when we had this car loan situation in US that crashed the market for more than $130 on gold, which is 90% of the whole volume of this industry right now. So at the end of the day, we go back to the point that human supervision in a way that we have a safe button over there that can pivot.
Amazing, thank you. So Andy, just to echo your point, you say more volatility ahead, but a large chunk of us here in the room are traders. So for us, volatility means opportunity. So I guess it's a good thing that we might have more crashes. We're coming to the end of the session. Thank you so much. Appreciate your participation and questions. And with that, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the expo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.